Experiences and um question basically. Nah, in fact, in BBS.
Okay, okay. All right. Beatrice Apajanisa. Beatrice in Pacho, yeah, be a mic and over to me, Akasa.
Hello, abusuafoɔ mekyia mo mpanyimfoɔ.
In Pacho, yeah, Joso.
Wei deɛ m'ani agye paa mema mo afihya paa nso.
Yo, yeah, that's it.
No. Mepakyɛ experience bi a menyaeɛ during my briefing exercise no na mepɛ sɛ mene mo share.
Okay, okay, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, mepakyɛ first one no ayɛ sɛ menya sɛ meyɛ me briefing no mehu along the line no mehu nkyerɛeɛ bi. Nkyerɛeɛ no yɛ SI ɛna deɛ toatoa so mmienu nso yɛ S ɛna ayɛ sɛ yɛ local language no sɛ nkyerɛeɛ no letter bi wɔ mu a ɔmo akyerɛ no in like three form but in the other way yɛ local language no wobɛfrɛ no pakyɛw.
But I'm a home.
Nti no mehu SI ɛna mehu SEE ɛna third one no nso no ɛte saa yɛ SE ne saa.
Okay.
But mepakyɛw ɛno ne deɛ mehu yɛ.
Wo say, oh, and this one I say, say a trouble baby.
Mehu sɛ yɛatwerɛ egu baabi but ɛno no mehu no ayɛ sɛ meyɛ briefing exercises no ɛna saa me werɛ fi word no ɛne kum ne baeɛ no Tita State no Tita State no after the briefing no ɛna saa Tita State me kɔɔ mu ɛna mehu saa nkyerɛeɛ no pakyɛw.
Okay. Minim the word no as a chere. Minim say tree and I say Mr. Siama, word no only mother crow. Mr. Siama,
No. I'm not familiar with that word basically.
she says I don't know say it means something to you
Dabi ɛno no mepakyɛw mini biribiara to me but ɛno mehu through Tita State no nti
Teacher Institute.
yeah, teacher to my
A tree, but then said that means that when it means says because S I need a C. I saw cat C a C no A S I divide the C. And S A N S say and S N S and the means that who says the meaning meaning. The one say now on wouldn't be always will be a meaning or letter because tree and said and
okay.
yeah. And then I me bisa say tama uye no impression bia amba also say
Dabi pakyɛw dabi mehu bisa ɛna number 2 nso no na mepɛ sɛ mehu deɛ ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ me ba abrabɔ mu nti na meyɛ me like briefing exercise no meyɛ te sɛ me deɛ metaa yɛ briefing exercise no meyɛ ne saa nso a nneɛma a mehu no yɛ me Tita State no na metaa ho nti meyɛɛ no sɛ mepɛ sɛ mehu deɛ ɛkɔ so wɔ me ba abrabɔ because ɛnyɛ me ne no na ɛte ha se meyɛɛ saa mehu but for the third time na mesan yɛɛ biom no ɛna mehu sɛ na me ba no adi mirika ɛɛba me nkyɛn na ɔba me nkyɛn no na ɔse maame bi sɛ ɔma ne nsuo nom ɛna mebisa ne sɛ maame bɛn saa na ɔsɛ ɔno deɛ ɔni maame no na maame ne ba na mehu no nti no n'ano siiɛ na nipa ne baeɛ no na ɔyɛ me nana nti ɔbɛpie no na ɔka kyerɛ me sɛ me ba nsukɔm di me moma me nsuo nom ɛna mesi yo nana tena ase because mimi deɛ menim me nana no na meme ba no na ɔno no nti no ɛna yɛmaa no nsuo no nti yɛmaa no nsuo no na ɔse me mma meda mo ase ɛhɔ a na ayɛ sɛ me ho sa baa me ho so.
Okay. I think say my side no ABNT or breathing exercise now get into the theta state now.
Okay.
They keep practicing it. A very very good plan. Why? And sometimes to say unya sa images no na seba in the form of us a try to say the old trim na. Yeah, no, I try to Rebecca and say about dream who actually say ubenya some understanding be ebiana a part can be biatro. But Pia because only be about it in be a befan but sometimes some message be try to say something to you until we are not partner doing kakra to try and understand what the meaning of the attraction or no.
Okay.
Why?
I'll show you. But that's it.
Yeah, yes, that.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
it. Yeah,
bye. If I saw or before for now. Foforɔ hɔ nom a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔhyɛ experience anaasɛ obisa question bi wobɛtumi apagya wo nsa na yɛma wo kwan na wakasa pakyɛ new year ne ɛwɔ mu no nti wei deɛ ɛsrɛ mo a wommisa more questions. Okay, Lord Julius Owusu pakyɛ wobɛtumi akasa.
Yo, mekyerɛkyerɛ atikyafoɔ akyerɛkyerɛ anuanom nyinaa.
Yɛgye wo so.
O deɛ ɛyɛ sɛ asɛmbisa ɛna mewɔ. Ɛfiri sɛ ɛfiri ɛbere a asɛ yɛba platform yi so yi. Ɛta deɛ wɔboa yɛ kwan biara so sɛ yɛbɛtumi anya saa training no na anka yɛtumi ayɛ projection no. Nso mehu ni sɛ me particularly no a little bit difficult. Na deɛ nti a meka saa ne sɛ sɛ meyɛ breathing exercise no na sɛ mekɔ saa theta state no mu a ɛtumi bɛdane biribi te sɛ dream. Though makyerɛ mu sɛ saa dream no ɛyɛ the same projection no deɛ. Nso out of the body experience no per se no aba bɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛkyerɛ m'adwene kakra because I have not seen myself in that mode. Ɛna this time meba Ghana November December yi bɛkyerɛw me exams bi. Na nka mebɔ mmɔden biara sɛ me ne teachers yi mu baako bɛtumi ahyia so me time no ntumi amma me saa kwan no koraa nti ahyia ara ma ayɛ me dadwene saa bɛsi saa bere a ɛtumi ahyia ɛnnɛ yi nti ɛta sɛdeɛ ɔkaeɛ no sɛ wɔbɛtumi aboa yɛn wɔ kwan bi so another way bi a ɛbɛtumi ama yɛn atumi akanya yɛn ho achieve saa adeɛ no a I don't know ɛno ne me question no.
Okay. I think sɛ I say ahanom yɛ beginners ɔho ɛna yɛakyerɛ mu sɛ biribiara no ɛyɛ nkakra nti beginners no yɛsua some skills bi and then wokɔ anim a na wasua bi aka ho na wokɔ anim a na wasua bi aka ho so ebia some people ɔyɛ breathing na ɔbɛtumi a project it because sɛ at the end we are already doing it but sometimes no yɛa ne yɛnyɛ aware ɛna obi wɔ so a afei na waba mu foforɔ koraa nti onim anything about it nti ɔbɛyɛ breathing exercise no onya hwee. But nkakra as you practices ne yɛde ama yɛn no na ebiebie nneɛma ma yɛn nti wobɛfiri beginners na kɔ w'anim intermediate no the next practices ne yɛbɛyɛ no na ɛno nso aboost na biribiara bie na afei deɛ wobɛtumi aproject a wobɛhu te sɛ deɛ wopa akyerɛ no nti ahanom yɛ beginners nti sɛ wonya saa adeɛ no a mɛma no nyɛ ɔdadwen pire because the goal of the beginners is to introduce you to the corona no. But so utinya no hanum a project here, then fine. But when timia and intermediate ni advanced hanum. But question be aka ho beboa with immediate a project and who to say the open so. But also at
Nipa to na this time around no na ebi a mo say mo move ebinom kɔ intermediate no. I think say week ya mo yɛ saa nhyehyɛ no ana nti saa.
I think say no answer the young no. They make an announcement on that. They make an announcement on the moving of people to the intermediate now. They make an announcement.
That is still a mun share dan yɛ class no up.
Oh, class na the intermediate for no bebree I think say class me no an advanced so class back nti ana make an the announcement in the beba and then towards the end of the meeting nti don't worry over TDB why
Martin, but me say another question.
Mpache
Yɛkɔ Astra Rem no and I say yɛka say the next step from here. I know na Astra Rem no. Sɛ mete ase a yɛkɔ ɛhɔnom a we use our astral body. And as asase wei say so a with our physical body no we are experiencing the physical things na ɛwɔ ha no. Nti it means say astral world no so we use the astral body no to experience the astral world no kɛkɛ anaasɛ there is specific thing bi a ɛwɔ sɛ ɛhɔ so yɛtumi de si ani so sɛ yɛbɛtumi ayɛ no wɔ hɔ.
I'm so question ma said I'm TSC but some TSC opa say free oko astral world honoma or the astral body in them and our physical hanoma or the physical in our hand.
But nti sɛ ɛha sɛ no yɛsi yɛba bɛ experience life no a yɛkita body wei no yɛbɛtumi de experience no a does it mean sɛ in the astral realm no anaasɛ yɛkɔ astral world no so a we have the same consciousness to explore deɛ ɛwɔ hɔnom no anaasɛ hɔnom so biribi titiri bi wɔ hɔnom a yɛbɛtumi ayɛ wɔ hɔ.
And I think say in the beginners nature say over physical hanoma all the 5 bodies no who used to simultaneously.
Yeah.
Right. Until hanoma who used to astral body no. And as I call astral plane also as a conscious being right now not there. You don't necessarily have to use say ufri hanum or hanum nasa oko honoma. You don't necessarily have to use the astral body. Waiting you be there in the point of as a camera. You're just there, but without any body. And also you can choose to manifest there with the body. And the life now honum they saying as about so below. Nti ebi mo so wɔ hɔnom a wɔbɔ wɔn bra te sɛ deɛ yɛso yɛwɔ hanom a yɛ bra no baasa wɔ hanom na sɛ ɔkɔ hɔnom a ebi a ɔkɔ explore ɔkɔ sua adeɛ anaasɛ ɔkɔ pɛ some information bi there are so many things a wobɛtumi ayɛ wɔ hɔ it depende obiara ne ne deɛ ɛnim sɛ Lord Julius yɛ okay a
Pacho, we are okay, but after that, you say you have transcended free.
Lord Julius Mr. Siama ɔde bi ka ho ama
Some, I don't know, the network. I don't know there. I'll check there, but nkɔbaeɛ menim sɛ ɔpa kyɛ sɛ yɛkɔ hɔ no a yɛbɛsa akɔwoyɛ wɔ hɔ anaasɛ yɛbɛtoa so the same consciousness na ade kɔ so Lord Julius so wama wo nsa na mente
Lord Julius mpacha obetumi a me to self no akasa.
mepatwɔ mete deɛ wɔkyerɛ no ase paa na mebisa sɛ ha no yɛka ne sɛ obi awu wawu wafiri ha kɔ anaasɛ yɛatranscende firi physical ha sei no
Lord Julius. Say the network, no. Okay. I think your Lord Julius network into every train oba na yemfa obi foforo. Lina oko. Pacho Lina opeja onsa. Pacho bitimi akasa.
Pacha, good evening, Abusiafo.
Fine evening.
Pacha, there were two questions here, my person and Lisa.
Okay.
One, position for the breathing exercise. And let me at the wire and I feel me, yeah, because I want to hold my breath longer. No, I am a child using me to hold my nose. Is that one okay? Then the other one too is that the triceps use to research or for concentration. When I did it, at a point, you circles you keep. I do baby at one. I do baby and I be a gray. I do baby and I white man and I want to know say am I on the right path?
Okay. Teacher for no this be your best answer na. Say teachers for ni na ba.
Isu repeat question and not in the first one.
Okay. I say breathing exercise no betimi ada ho aya na.
Which one the high? And I'll be to my transfer. Bye. Your professor better than say.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Ana the tosu no I say a blue cycle no or ya emso hunu baako ɛhɔ anaghɛ mmienu ɛhɔ anaghɛ mmiɛnsa ɛhɔ so na ɔho white white ne nko a things are all around it no.
So no yeah, who me know is fine. It means your eyes in the air becoming on focus. So you can just bring it back and let it be one. Okay. It's all fine. It's all part of the game. So just continue to do the practices. Okay.
Okay. Then my third question is yes. I don't know me me see me forehead. Yeah. So let me BP across slow. Until me cover BP again, I started drinking water. Let me see what happened like the whole day. Back from a continue checking BP. And apart from that, it's anything normal.
But
Ukasa na answer that Anthony yo. But a question back could be now kind of so say usua home no. Also sa so hene. And no dear I don't think so a good idea. I think so bet me to your home abra also. I man found some so hene yes maybe yes stillness and answer reading exercise maybe a project here. You don't need to move. And it's also and I say uja upesa unja homea then I just saw you and yes I bet distracted. And you try and so ube to your home without holding your nose.
Me patrol. Me patrol.
Yeah.
Okay. The third one was the pain in the forehead. Very severe pain in the forehead. At a point, now me feel say my BP now cause through. Me found my BP a drop still, but at a point started coming down and it continued like 2 days.
I think that forehead ni deɛ ɛyɛ wɔ pineal gland no ɛna ɛbie anaasɛ mbɛka no sɛ declassify o sɛ dɛn dɛn asɛ blockages wɔ mu ɛna release blockages no nti ɛba saa ɛbɛma ɛho no ayɛ ɔya but ɛyɛ natural ɛyɛ normal ɛhɔ nom a ɛno a bɛkɔ nti sɛ woyɛ practices no na sɛ biribi saa ba a don't worry ɛyɛ normal why
Patrol. That's
okay,
true.
okay. Yes, yes. Mpakyɛ obi foforɔ wɔ hɔ anaa ɛm sɛ na obi foforɔ pagya na okay
Yeah, Kojo Bryant.
mpakyɛ
Patrol, good evening.
Yeah, evening, bro.
My Patrol, most of the question about the Lord Julius Ebisa, you know. My main person who said last Ebisa cried that Sika came, but it wasn't that clear to me. Not maybe because five bodies nice to say meaning, you know. Typical now, you do a hand like appearance, you know, to send me a piano, no appearance, we know. Does it mean that all the realms meaning I'm a call no ma appearance we are na about with a different type of form. And I
Yeah,
say,
yeah, Matthias. Yeah, there's default. It's more like a default setting. Most of the time, you PRMB. We'll go with the physical appearance now. Okay, but
oh, okay.
yeah, you can choose another form. Okay, so most now your automatic settings be where the moment I be RAM, you know, or a bit take the physical form. No, and there was some time go on so you go like a point of camera. Like obey just an awareness keke in your body unless you manifest it. It all depends on what level of maybe what's at the end true. Okay.
Oh,
But what
okay.
I say,
Oh,
yeah.
but when I maybe say no no me coming to creation was it me like was it I who decided to pick those bodies or it was picked for me
Yeah, it was
by
picked. It was picked from the planes of existence. So the first body is the mind, okay, the etheric body and the mental body. That is the basics. And then at the cause of the matrix, in our womb, okay. Until you find of the cache, and then the other bodies, you know, based on the realm now, okay.
oh,
By
okay.
any office, we've been given all the bodies at the same time. Until free, you are gonna take on the astral. You go up into the causal and then yeah. So all the bodies are within you simultaneously. And all these
Oh,
bodies are existing in all the realms, you know, all the planes in it simultaneously.
nti
Okay.
no sɛ mfa sɛ ɔmate ase mpatɔ sɛ mfa sɛ bi a obi wɔ ha na sɛbi ɔwo na na sɛ bi a ɔyɛ cripple anaa biribi a ɔno no like by default na ɔno baa saa ɔno nipa na choose sɛ bi a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔbɛyɛ experience cripple.
There are many instances and many answers which might have happened. It might be genetics, muja, any wabasa. It might be kind of experience that the person chooses to come and experience. It might be maybe a demonic interference. It might be a past experiences be when you be in a affect more like all by say say the bit my shaping the life forward and into the person need to come through that experience. All we need to understand is all these experiences is part of the whole. It's part of the evolution of consciousness. Yeah, so Sunny can obu you will bo America, go Ghana, you bo her. You know, I mean, I think say yeah, what I said yeah, it looks silly. Why would you gonna choose being in Ghana, right? Not in America. And then you know, if the I think if we're thinking from the just 3D perspective, they are then engaged using as a go be because of Obama is a low max. Obama is a low max, right? Then that be very fine. But it doesn't happen like that. It depends on your level of awareness and new development about be developing. And then your ma also will see, and it depends on your ma over firm in that lifetime. But what has a copy?
That's fine. My tell fine, but that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Emmanuel, I'm
So
saying Emmanuel, AD.
Emmanuel Aiden Pacho with me myself.
Yeah, mpatwa no ase. Hey, 31st no. Na me to hɔ a me living pension hall me tie me hwɛ TV. Nti ɛwɔ hɔ apɛko pɛm hu na maso right no asɛm fa me fi puu na left one no so ɛsekrekɛ bi. Nti ɛma me pɔ so yɛ na me ma attention ba hɔ din yɛ din kakra na some seconds na ɛgyaeɛ. Nti na mpɛ sɛ mehu sɛ ɛkyerɛ dɛn.
Okay. There might be a communication coming through. Your inner ear were picking it up. Okay. So that the same way I need to be told, and it's okay. Then be able who be it is clairvoyance. So the clairaudience, you know, sometimes you can experience this sort of stuff. So it might be say not there was a communication coming through, and the boys I would say ringing. Oh yes, as a frequency way, you know. Sometimes I not tune, you know, there's a frequency be a communication of a sort coming through. Okay. Yeah, so that is it. If you want a baby man, Abajo.
Mpatwa sɛ
I say if you want a baby.
da bi ɛmbɛ bi 31st ya na happen yɛ.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, it's all fine.
And
Sometimes
occasionally
it happens. Say the atmospheric, you know, or the atmosphere never perfect that you can experience this sort of stuff. Okay. Not necessarily so you have to be doing practice. Your body, you know, vibration are getting to a certain level without you even knowing. Are you conducive for you to perceive this sort of stuff? Right? It's more like condition, not perfect without you even knowing. Right? And then things start to happen. So as time goes on and we start to delve in with the mystic act, you know. These things are some things that we should be alarmed. Okay, if this has happened, then there is a communication somewhere coming that we can set an intention to listen more or to invite that being or whoever it is to come around to have more communication.
Okay. Now I say 2 years now. I know the same thing. Tina ya mwa. Back when I said for many back say sound.
Okay. Yeah. Was you know to make different sounds. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Also the Nkaka said the universe is being brought out of light and sound.
Yes.
So that is why it is only two ways we use to open the third eye. It either we use the lights or we use the sound. Okay. And both of them are energies anyway. So either you do visualization or you do chanting, right?
Okay.
Or listening to music. So I'm gonna be naturally. So once I see in the embassy, now we have a guy or some year or something, right? So that is why the chanting stuff in the film. You don't want everyone to for now or the street because of what but the visualization media.
Yeah, me know ya adwumpa no kwana na work on because people around you cry no am TV what fit what
Yeah,
kind say I tell you no maybe sort of like I'm a negative from me can say so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
okay
yeah. And but yeah, visualization do kato any auto one wakato any na to na we so it's not really, it doesn't alert people really much.
okay
So
yeah
that is it.
this you am dama say okay
Okay. Pacho, before for Ohana, Pacho, we question be Ohana experience be a person near share. A call break for 3 weeks, you know, when your experience be not person share. Okay. Elizabeth.
ayi ansa na ayi institute ansa Elizabeth bɛba na abusuafoɔ ɛm sɛ yɛkɔɛ yɛakɔkyɛ kakra bɛyɛ 2-3 weeks nti yɛsrɛ mo mu misa questions ne pa ɛnɛ sɛ na we are expecting you guys to ask a lot of questions because atitsafoɔ a wɔwɔ ha akyerɛkyerɛ nneɛma bebree yɛ a yɛkɔɔyɛ no sɛ yɛ practice nko a deɛ a we should have some experiences ne ade a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛhyɛ yɛsrɛ mo mummy, your practices in here. Why? Mummy and Twasso. Mbacho Twasso boss.
Okay. Elizabeth and Anne. Pacho, wait me akasa.
I'm sure we will be a fisher call.
Yeah, just so.
We dey miss make Nancy a call break and I'm here practices no now. As I experience kakra na minya ne say. Edru time bi a ati say me wo ho na me kata me ni kra na ati me hu light. Light no, I feel it within me. Nti I say for some, it was for a long time sana feeling in anaminya. If you see I'm say it kasa no can say about light any sound no and a click imagine because now me hear practices no all the time. Nti me who said there was a time me nam kra ordinarily na me kata many as I feel and I see that light and I feel it so deep within me.
That's very nice. Yeah.
If I know so my experience kakra me during the break.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So yeah. So that is the inner light. So keep it up. Modern say you focus on it and then a bit draw in. Right. I find the astral light or the inner light. It's more like a doorway.
Okay.
Say na make the more
Yeah.
we have visuals, accumulating more light into the third corner. So the more I say the tricks, is consistency.
Yes.
Right. Visualization I to say the muzzle, right? Or the I to say the upija na there, right? The more you couldn't be where I think some mom gym, Ebesha ya baja 2 days, 3 days that atia perform kakaya na atia perform.
Yeah.
Yes, sanity, a muzzle na will training. So you just have to we consistently. No matter how it just keep on doing it. You won't say kakra it will be just wonderful. But also how keep in consistency mode. Or na no na 2 days, 3 days, 1 year. No I can back no acquire back. So as now we'll be check baby. And I think every day, even the advanced form, intermediate form, quite advanced. Those who do it really, really consistent every day, they get to the level of the game. That is how it is. We don't cheat the learning process. You cannot cheat it.
Yes.
Right? Say be a ubeja to maybe Adam you know me and say I don't know divine intervention be free so 1 in a week no oh yeah na and that is why we compare it to Usian skills be. That is how it is. Like Usian and Usian skill be or physical life. A junior be a 3 ball and I be and I have the palm there. So palm there. It's a skill. If you don't really continue doing it, practicing it, to master it. Then we just know what to then it's gonna be a problem. But anyway, keep it up.
And another thing, say it got to a time, I mean, who says miss if I go into the mood, sometimes I don't even need to do the breathing exercise.
Yeah,
I just get in.
So the breathing exercise, is just for the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Udru at a level to a higher level. Unya breathing libya. Okata when you project.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to do it.
Okay. Matthias,
Yeah.
me one concern. I think say some time ago, na me say me some pain be, but with my experience, na de ba ko me hu say maybe I'm in the course of the day in my breath. My year juma to say be me nipadua na bre na me da house me pese me practice na. I say na vibration na I don't know body no ebre ne me vibration into no. Me feel it that way no. That is what I have realized with myself, like personally.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. It's also a learning process. And when you learn, you just become aware of your learning process.
Right.
When it comes to awareness, I mean the process of what you are developing. You just become aware of it. If you have to say, "Oh, who is a wabra?" We are no energy in front. Then say, okay, what the obra say, and you say,
yes,
just becoming totally aware of the whole process. And nobody never, right? And obu so I send American or no sa or on take any note. Okay, I do him say okay, a bomb okay. When you mean say this is a learning. I did go school and don't know. Obu no so that our patino so no so there a fa. Obu so they say ebidi baba whatever it is. It is a learning so the techniques everyone is a little bit different. Into how our adjustment in your might be away one how then also incorporate now so okay me say I'm here a boy say I'm here and boy me say a book call techniques or how much experience. That is all part of you becoming aware of your entire system now integrate techniques in right so that one too should be taken into consideration.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Okay. So, Mama pajama sana. Umesi nyape jabi na mama kwa mama papa. Nesa ka 1 minute to sit here. Mr. Siama will be here for such as well. Kwame Noble. Kwame Noble, but you wish me I could say. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, and for the chamo. Okay, so before the end of the year, make sure expenses be a minya and not person
Okay.
I just want to thank you, the teachers first, and my colleagues, because experience is not in platform no. A bois, in the sense that in December, I share experience about interview or call and how he was envisioning the interview before going and all of that. I applied the same. We applied the same style to some interviews via Namewo. Now, I just so it was just everything I imagine just happened the same way. Like the core interview, all the questions, everything. I call it something like I determined what I should be asked for the interview. And so that was so profound. Me now offer letter, and I still have 3 companies I'm reaching out to me this week, trying to get me to schedule more interviews with me. So and then me that must say for that. Experience wise, my father died last year in September, and I've been trying to like dream about him. Me try but there was one of those nights I set intention to go to the astral world, to the Akashic record. Now, my dad and I actually dreamt about my dad. I met him, and when I saw him, I was so excited. So we were having a conversation. I don't remember exactly what we were talking about, but the mechanic said, "Oh, the leaf did bread. Now leaf not the bread, not so like banana or plantain leaf. But on the leaf, nature, it will be some sort. Do I know which leaf is this? I mean, I say mango leaf, but moon leaf now. It's just like the mango leaf, but it looks very big, like just as big as the banana or the plantain leaf. It's, after the dream, I just woke up and I started smiling, and I felt very happy the whole day. So
Okay. Is
that's how.
your father is he dead?
Yeah, he passed out. He passed away last year, September.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So you're able to meet him. That is very nice.
Yes. So
Yeah.
so when I woke up for the dream, like you moche say, oh, some daya, oh sorry, the feeling that you have from that dream, no,
Yeah.
should
Mm-hmm.
mean should give you the meaning of the dream. So I saw like before even I had that dream before applying the technique I'm sure from the colleague. And see everything happening now just is ringing a bell to what I like the meaning now may derive it from the dream. No, everything just making sense to me now.
Okay. That is very nice. That's very nice. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Thank and now one more thing too. Um, anytime they after like my visualization in any breathing exercise, may do to the extent say like sometimes when I'm just quiet, then I feel this sensation. Like my paper me feel it. Sometimes unconsciously me start to some scratch it. But my do also I don't do it. But sometimes
Okay.
unconscious, yeah, scratching and sometimes you like me call YouTube that I want to watch videos. There are some videos make okay, so I just get out and you don't have to watch this. And so far I've watched a lot of videos that actually just echoes more on what you've taught us in class. We want to teach us
Okay.
what you guys have taught us. I've watched a lot of videos and make sure that is contrary to that. There are like I just all of a sudden I just lose the interest. I'm looking
Okay.
for something. And most of the videos I'm watching so far, videos are we talk more on there are more teachers much. So I just want to thank you guys so much.
Yeah. So that is the crown. It's very nice. The crown when it opens, you connect to the collective consciousness or the source, if people want to call it that. So you're gonna get the truth. Things you're going to say scratch you start to get videos when you have more clarification. So yeah,
Okay.
so you just keep it up, keep it up. You have it fine.
Thank you.
Do it this year. Okay.
Okay. Beatrice, that's everything I can say.
Yeah. Mpacho bibi a my experience na mepɛ sɛ me ne mo share bi asɛ mɛyɛ ho biribi a meyɛ stillness na me me na mepɛ sɛ mekɔ baabi a mentumi project menhu hwee na ade like meda na mebɛsɔre a during that time no mebɛ meto m'ani ate no ansa na m'ani bɛte no na ayɛ sɛ me body the whole body no ɛtumi vibrate saa ansa
Mm-hmm.
nti yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is,
Mhm.
the thing I friend said theta state, As a monko advanced, sorry, monko intermediate, but monko intermediate. We need to get it right.
Okay.
There is one the only thing with the projection as an American, if you want to work on your psychic way now, ultimately your visualization more, it opens the mind's eye or your psychic centers fast possible. And then on top of that, you work on the theta state, okay, tricks. So ultimately get it right in the theta state. Ultimately master really the theta state. All the projection on this stuff is gonna be easy. Because the moment you get into the theta state, no visualization kakra, almost like images. start to pop up in your mind's eye, which serve as a portal to other dimension. You start to get what we call that's basically hypnagogic images, right? Or hypnopompic. That is when you are waking up. So, back once you can say theta state in your bra and a bra sorry.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes sorry, you meet you become aware of the theta state, meet, in a perfect state. Into the man starts vibrating. That very moment, or cut to any IS will be a part now because when you're that very what do you call it? When you do that very bridge, I hear now for perfect for all the projections. And all back or the most anti I'm almost solid how much it's easier for them to get it because how much no sorry. Although what's solid but you are not really fully out of the theta state. It's easy for you to drip down to the theta state and maintain it. The theta state is basically like the dream-like state, the in-between state of right. It is the tricks of the whole thing. Now, it is a psychological stuff. So I don't know how I met but because we all do what for mother.
Mepacho me ti ho no mu na me ye briefing exercise na eno na ema me experience emi hu di emi hu no na stillness no na eno no me ya.
No, stillness is just a process to lead you to the theta state.
Okay.
So you do the breathing and you become still so that you can get into the theta state as easy as possible. Like I said.
Eno na me experience bibia na me ba be sorry no manyane no na mabeto so say me body no vibrate sa no.
Yeah, don't worry. So if the other one works, the kind stillness is to lead to something. So when you're in the stillness now, don't worry. Okay. Just do your breathing and lie down and focus your mind, your intention, or where you want to be. But it is best if you can get a visual images to hold on to. For example, once you're that other images start to pop up.
And then the seconds, about seconds.
That is it. Senka, minimum how much are your visual? Your visualization, you can check a crowd. When you're not images neighbor. That is a portal, and that can help you drift down into the theta state as fast as possible. Because now, who will be to hold on to for your body to fall asleep, basically, right? Yeah. So, the mastery of the theta state, you just have to be in the in between of sleeping and waking, kind of, so don't worry. The more movie call, I bet you how to do it better. So you just So if you're when the stillness, when you're in the stillness, and don't worry, it's all fine. If you can get it on the other hand, it's all fine. Other side, it's all fine.
Okay. That's it.
Okay. Lord Julius was happy, Lord Mpachovich Yakasa.
Thank you so much, teacher. If I tell me, maybe Gianomanka and what someone is, now me bisa astral realm no, and I say astral state no. Say yes, say it me coho no more. Say you nim say obi wu free asasi so a ho no no oko. Sometimes me the team and this say me person me rua astral realm no mu na, and I'm person me call astral state no more. Moment me sa business exercise na we no. Na I am Mada. And none muno na enter my Sunday. Na of late, the who near Madame Fubia, or woo, Krumu has said. Many no could see our honor more at the the whole number can say, what's more. Now I'm writing to you who ain't Hannah Tower General. And on the chat, yes, or a joke. No, because the own car somewhere or hand me. And also, Miss I say, I had there, Madame for Obian and nearly past mercy. We say so, I do my way near, or no much over 100 the Oyeni. And if you are correct, my dear, and I'm be
Uh-huh.
Say you wouldn't a no so so. Do we have control over our consciousness? You may be beautiful for her. He said, "Hey, what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah."
What I say, the same thing I'm for you.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that is it. There's a whole lot happens when someone dies. Okay. Recently we started to do what we call soul retrieval to help Omo to move on to the other realm. Um, so there are many people we find out they are being stuck in what we call their belief system. Obu okro wo kro onim so wo and on enam ho. And I'm saying the mind now you know or the source and then our what divine connection with the source and you know the person have created a reality. It's more like it won't happen so fast to the sense onim so wo and on one kasa create the the physical realm hano or one can say reproducing for as how in the astral and we move in as if so we into a solid D be a corner juma one but although but one can say now created that realm na man who know experience you. So the other people who are stuck in a whole lot of issue. And at the places also as I work on, yeah, people have works they do sort of this thing or juma or for mutu kwamu. It's the same thing. I honestly a place, right? Obi I na juma be a juma didi be ava to say they go work. Some people because school now in the astral realm, the astral universities. Places are man for kokosunya there to say the house is usually kokosunya there now. So it's basically the same. It's more like a little bit different based on the frequency in the way. Okay, bounce spiritual for no much money, you know, making things or more they say or more talitalium or whatever. They are still have physical or more body, a movement, a be wound and all this sort of stuff. Julius, Pacho, I hope so a little bit of clarity.
But with this explanation, they might clear because I
Yeah.
was wondering.
It's what would it be? So don't worry, as time goes on, you can Mudu you bet you how to connect or contact all these people or more work and you can contact them as much as you like. But anyway, you get to know say they
Okay.
just live around and you just have to move on in your life, basically, because they are
Oh,
now
yeah.
living different lives. So
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bro.
All right. Godwin Asari. Brittany Akasa.
Samson Mobia, good evening.
5 minutes.
Experience I'm having, say ending of last year, during this year, no person say. There was last time we are here is stillness, no. Na ya na jobe 10 11 more. And I knew say no be any fee. You was shocked. By that time, no be am married. And I'm saying baby. Timmy da wa say me right Tita State na. Like I was off until and now something big I said be was so my door no. I want many. I thought say it was in the physical realm no. But me PM somebody outside, me sure if you know be any ho. And that noise too was too like no no I don't. Until now I don't know, the brain now they waking me up or say I don't know what happened, but me send back to the physical and I'm better sure no be anything.
Yeah, it happens a lot. It happens a lot. Sometimes entities in Ibina, they just want to pull you back, you know. Here they be just to you. And sometimes it's to get your attention, but just pass a no. Only a little bit of awareness, you know. We buy best show no but so internet kind of say when all your projection now, you need to be all alert. So anything can happen and then you're gonna take control over it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so next time just be alert, so anything can happen. Or from so better practices, you know, and then you're ready for it.
Mm.
Okay. So don't worry.
Okay.
Rebecca, you can take control of it. It's not a problem.
This light noise, yeah, meeting wɔ so maka akyerɛ mo dade deɛ yɛ na ayɛ sɛ old television also a ɛwɔ some slight noise bi a na ɛba ansa na
Yeah.
screen aba. Asɛ no deɛ constantly since I'm been joining last year nyinaa. Even right now, I'm making one machine, but last 2 weeks or 3 weeks here, Kojuma, my name is Father Mokojuma. I'm more into timber. See, I got close to them. No more used to change so. Normally, you have to get closer to them. Send a fall, yeah, and be baby, or some somoko. See, as a noise in the ram, assume I heard the machine noise, no. Koma suma. Nti later mo dum machine na sound a mete no around na sɛ ɛnyɛ deɛ normal ears na ɛbɛte anaasɛ aberɛ koraa machine si so ɛnyɛ deɛ meteeɛ no. Even sɛ m'aso no mu ayɛ duduudu na sɛ mu ayɛ duduudu I hear some noises bi but ɛnyɛ physical.
Yeah. I think that you are tuning in into different frequency where you were able to hear maybe other languages. Yeah. So in that case, you can work on it, but send a make an abuha na abua yani ebia na ebia usuru na bisa. Okay. So but as time goes on, you can manage to use it. Okay, if you want to. Then I make you just have to focus on it. Pay attention, put all your attention to it, and try to hear something within it while you are in a stillness mode. But what I say?
Okay. Mfacha.
Okay.
That's
Okay. So keep it up. Keep it up.
Okay. I think so. The amped down inside. So I don't know if there'll be a question and I
Yeah.
say yeah, be a social and I say Mr. Siam person who can we be?
Yeah. Okay. Mama, I'm up with that. Mizizi mama.
Yeah. So which me I
Okay.
can start.
Hello. First of all, Papa, I think about it. Not for sure, my best sister, Obias, my you pass, my dad, teachers me last. So much experience, but I don't want to go to the experience. I just want to thank you guys because you guys keep on saying, know thyself, know thyself, know thyself. And find out that knowing thyself, things even comes to you before things that you used to struggle, thyself knows what you need. And I mean, encourage my new say, yeah, practices, know ourselves and how powerful we are, how we are the light of the world, how gorgeous we are, how smart we are, how creative we are. Know thyself. Not more kind here, but during the holidays, not it finally dawned on me. So I just want to take this opportunity. Then we from the bottom of my heart. Na me mama nyinaa so appreciate pa.
That's it. We are welcome. Okay. So okay, keep it up. Keep it up. That is very nice. Okay.
Yes, I think that I know.
Yeah. So to know thyself, yeah, it's quite interesting. And more as time goes on, um, we are finding more techniques and more easier way to do some of this stuff. I think they are gonna get it. Okay, Mami, Mami Masabo Institute.
Okay.
So
Mami,
Mami Masabo. Okay, maybe it was a mistake.
Okay.
Yeah. So Hey, what's up?
Mamiama.
Hello, Mutamenka.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, sorry. Now me say, my experience in the bebre, but the person me can say, me the eaters, me the teachers in say, but not the be a can say, know thyself, know thyself. I already didn't understand it till the holidays, no. I honor me say, know thyself. Knowing yourself, know me say you are powerful. You are the light of the world. Knowing yourself, things that you used to strive comes to you easily. Thyself knows what you need and it gives it to you. Into my encouragement, say practices, sometimes it's hard, but we should make the conscious effort because knowing that self, know that soul, knowing that you are the aspect of the spectrum,
source.
is very, very important. And to know yourself, say you are powerful, you are magnificent, you are beautiful, you are intelligent, you are smart, you are creative, you are everything that creation meant to be. Into this is my little encouragement. Say, make us say, we should all strive to do what they're teaching us and know ourselves. Thank you so much. And sorry for all the miscommunication.
Okay, that is very nice and powerful message for my Okay. Yeah, so know thyself. And one word sentence is knowing thyself or knowing you are a spark of the source is very important. That is a very good statement. Because that one always put your energy or your higher perspective rather than limiting yourself. Yeah, so Mariama, thank very much for this encouragement. I think that as time goes, we'll see him be a man Kabi. If I saw there, you will close it. Anyway, keep it up. Keep it up. Issue. Bright. Watch it.
Bright, what's it? That's my. But everything I can. Bright.
Oh,
Bright.
okay. Me bacha mo Jamaica.
It's on.
Yeah.
Oh, me bacha good evening.
Fine evening, bro.
Oh, me bacha me new one say yeah, na me first time I me join class.
Okay.
Na I audios no metete bia na chat no so.
Okay.
Ma fam kakra na ya say yi kakra bi na eche ma na na person bisa. As a mate Anunnakis and Archons and reptilians. The person can who the difference between them. And as a difference woman obi a adwuma anything.
Okay. Archons. You for Archons on the first. Also, Christian. Okay. First of all, the word Archons come from the Gnostics. In go for you near a group of people near from the Gnostics. Okay. Also about Christian. Your friend go for demons. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oba things asante mama your friend mo ebi ahombone. Ukwa Muslim. I think some from genies. I think say China, I'm from Mogwa. Me refer the Hindu for friend. The same thing agnostics for also from archons. Okay, it is basically some negative entities where they try to rule humanity or feed on an energy. Okay, so that is the word archon. It's the same thing as Christian, obedient Christian, workers as demons.
Okay.
But what I say? Yeah, but I say
That's
different words. So you might think say different and it's the same thing. And those demonic entity can come in different shape. It might be a reptilian, it might be a gray, it might be normal demons. You want to say Azazel, they are all part of it. Okay, which is the Akon stuff. And the Adonaki Fono is just a being beer. They come from they are residing in the Orion star system, right? Where they claim so a bone nipa or most splice DNA and a creating nipa. And then that story of the Anunnaki, we found out a false. We did have a conversation with Gaia. No, so it's not really true. So the attorney said, as we know, universe honey one or galaxy honey one. All the beings. I think normal there are number different number of, you have the Anunnakis, we have Pleiadians, Arcturians, Andromedans, we have the Greys, we have Centaurians, yeah, yeah, there are many beings. Now I question power struggle. Now I don't say as we so ye nya can any ade obi abeso to can no ye fi no si fi no. In the universe no or this galaxy no beings no more no man tra can omo de omo ko asase ho like omo ko planet ho. Okay, into be a person only cars no don't person only planet in nyina. Difference 1 billion, right? Yes, so it is just a power struggle. And all the beings in nyina want to take the planet as their own. And then yeah, most of the planets. So they need to bring a narrative be better say they are part of us and this planet belongs to them. That's the reason why all the idea of the Anunnaki story, no splice DNA, no never boy, yeah, you say ye from nearby, yeah, these are all stories. Okay, so which means also yeah, kind of sana above us. As for me, senior mind phobia, boss phobia, where I say, honey free bar, right? If you say on never boy and so more jeans only a free bar. So and automatically they own us, right? So it was just a trick they wanted to use. So the Anunnaki just a being um as other beings which are actually in this galaxy, right? As 10 years your war planet Earth, you know, they're also part of the beings, you know, or more this galaxy. Okay, so basically that is the Anunnaki. I don't know if you want more stories about them or who they are. They are. But I understand so what's in you might be maybe watching or Bontin Ghana social media Anunnaki Bebrebe. It is just a selling story. Yeah, just a selling story. Also some of the Ghana for a few mobile system and some of them are learning from other people, basically Black Americans, you know. I'm gonna promote this propaganda. Okay. Into Omokani Bebre. Yes, the other being some of them did come. Yes, some of them did come on this planet, experiment on their own, right? But the concept so I'm gonna boy in from free these are all psyop. It's just a way to own humanity or to own this planet. And I think recently, Ghana friend Yankee, was actually wanted to come and claim it because of the already existing evidence on the share in Ipatrim. And there were alliances via Omokoma Modagaya. Okay. And I think that some of us Yako anymore, we may start to work with them. That's an crime kind some and that alliance, they are just in Kophobia, they just fight on the astral world for Gaia, basically. And they were able to kick this guy Enki out of the planet. So there's an American, there's so much going on within the astral realm or the as your friend is the politics, right? There are many stuff going on. But only a need to be one. You have few deal wrong stories and wrong informations daily. You see. So as time goes on, when you start to do your practices, you can start to get information and know what is real taking place. Like some of the stories are like over two 500 300 years a term. Like things are evolving. Oh, yeah, cry, yes, you see, Nazia car near the Adena phones, you see, and you might be a kama, yeah, evolution. Look at where 20 years ago, and then from now, look at AI, and then your might be basso. So the same thing, no, anyhow, quite happen in the whole entire multiverse. It may be a wound who's yet to name maybe an says sanity, Sanyo Manes sanity, a chum that I assistant, right? So there are more new stuff happening currently. But also more old ones and more senior fahons are near the other. But if you cannot get the current information in the NMA, then you are blind from what is actually happening. So when you get this way now, you can tune in to see what is actually going on behind the scenes. and what is actually happening. Even with the projections in America, they've been actually to be able to do the first something the astro double, which is they've created a fake astro realm. But anyway, that will be so sometimes you may think you're having the experience, but you're having it within the fake reality. So there's so much going on, right? And again, even having the ability to project itself is not enough, because this is a word on its own. For example, look at the scenario like say we are watching me to India and how to China about although what about you don't really know their system, you don't really know what is going there. In order for you to do that, you need to be a citizen, or you need to be constantly. You have the ability to go there and experience and find out things you are happening, and how do we say it? So yeah, we are just more like a visitor being, and you go and come back. You go and come back sometimes, but the more you go and come back now, you start to experience more and more. That is where you start to realize what is really happening and what is really going on. You see, so but as Ghana spiritual fund no timi who the idea about community building say or no more feeding the wrong information. Also obi besra no obi be komo no more man wrong information no so to no or try man for no so hey, they don't really have any way to find out. So you cannot in this very moment you cannot stand up so obi aba be bibia dia chiro obi aba bibia dia so uba be dia chire because of whatever nipa kon be di chiro. No, it might be false information, and the lie that goes on in the astro versus the truth is more like 70 by 30, 70% lies and deceptions basically. So when also more a little bit of awareness, any beings you are going to work with in order for you to get the best out of what is happening. But anyway, I hope so. What's it?
Oh, okay. Matthias.
Yeah. So into I'm not for the former two on Kaya Krabu for. But anyway, you get to I think the last Thursday, your channel Gaia, where we did speak about this sort of our TikTok. I don't know, the link in it too. We did speak about this sort of stuff. We asked about for asking about the Anunnaki stuff. We were able to get information for them. You see, so these are some of the things you can start to work with to get the actual information of what is actually happening. You see, because most of the aliens cannot be trusted, but there are those who can be trusted though. But again, if you don't have the eyes to see, then there's a problem. But anyway, yeah. So, anyway, that is it. I hope so. What else?
Oh, Matthias, that's.
Okay. I think the question is NASA. Okay, be 15 or 30 minutes. The I think now be Lord of the moving of people to the intermediate, no?
Oh yeah, and they said no last hour.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are gonna use your movie or more some of you into the intermediates. Now I want my new yeah, they almost yourself from. But before I'm saying your best scanning will be or your best flow crown and then see what is in your head. If you have a good intention about this knowledge, or you are just here to take the information and use it for your own benefit. Into your now say you interrogate you now. You say you are good to go. We are in life. So advanced one, they are very adept in this sort of stuff, so they can do it whilst you are even talking. So we are gonna do it, and then you be reviewed just basically for subconscious and then watch through body to just interrogate to see say you have a good heart, and then from then we're gonna move you to the. I think this is the first time you're doing it. decided so we just was come near her. Wakuma monetia or because boy who we don't know the people we're dealing with, so we just have to know before we start to give most of the information out. Now, so those some of you can be trusted or you're not, and then from there no, we can move on. Yeah, so I know but it might be either next week, next week, basically. Yeah, so that is just by the way. So we are gonna do the movement. Yeah, so San Americano now. I think it will begin as for BEM. So my idea. You now started to learn some of this stuff. It's all fine. You come to know some of the truth, and maybe it's all banana. And no, maybe I'm for kind of baby. We might go. We might, and maybe we might make you understand. It might not be true or it's true for you. Or we are gonna give you the truth for you to find it. So the idea of the cycle, the projection stuff now, it's just a level 1 of the game. You're just learning how to do basic projections, and psychic reading people's to see what is going on and all that. There's just the basic level 1 stuff. Okay. So the level 2, no more. I think some they money begin intermediate for now. Or movie one, mobile carbon because more crying said and show most of the way no year. Timu carbon and then near the marshals here as one. So we are hoping to see more people in the intermediate group. Yeah, but some of them more common, no more, and then you two, you're gonna move on and learn together. Yeah. So intermediate for beginner more about for you are all welcome. Welcome to learn about yourself basically. And how the we give the knowledge, we give you the practices. You go home, you practice it, and you find the answer yourself, or you experience it yourself to see whatever we are teaching. And then you just have to stay home. I mean, send Americano, and I make baby America, baby. It is a consistency and persistency. If you cannot do consistently, yeah, then you're gonna lag behind. Into just 30 minutes of your time, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, also and all better. And they use it to do the practice. When you better know, now you are out there. What do at the top, you see? But so if you want to learn about yourself and consciousness, and yet this is the level of now in the spiritual arena, we're at the top of the game, being able to project your consciousness out of the body into other realms. That is the highest of the whole spiritual arena, basically. Yeah, I don't know yet the highest of the game. Because to me from home to think about there now when into me who are there go beyond the physical, then you don't really at the top of the game. So as we move on at the top of the game, it's supposed to be an ibraso. Sena sika beka say also a friend an ibraso. So an ibraso also fan. And then you start to do your practice consistently. And yeah, it might seem you are not getting sanity. A skill now develop your addition. Oko school for sometimes that's so. And so also the BS the bones and I won't say sanity. There's no cheat code. This is now when you come to the spiritual way now, magic be anymore. See be a practice where magic be in a better happen. It doesn't happen. As above so below. Send your who develop a school board physical or practicing kakran and when sanity. One practicing now the age tuma unku and muntem. Enter school cray or do home being chamber. almost yes, how much no, Baba no the first, you know. He was almost yes, but no, almost to meet everyone is different, but consistently, when you do consistently, we know by all means you are supposed to get something, and you listen to what we are saying, you listen to the techniques, and what we are telling you. Because if you want to get to the level of the game, you just have to listen. The other people who are untie or betia kakra, no kotia kakra, no kotia kakra, no kotia kakra, fine, and I'm not doing same kind of, but that it have a limit. When you come to this aspect, you are dealing with consciousness, you are dealing with vibration, frequency, and energy. So you should know what you really want. Some people like histories and story. We have this made them friend the story mode where they like a be an amount for 18 or social media. No. They listen to a bunch of information and an onaki for way and a demon for way and a drain you say and a utieti and say we are no practice, no nothing to verify the information, something to elevate on one person self and to expand to the state of higher consciousness. The person is just listening to say, oh, the same thing they said, oh, na Bible, and you say, no, taking notes, no, I know about that. Now, so for no one, I don't know, more na. I say, oh, when Yankopo didn't kita hobi, and more powers to be on Yankopo. They don't really teach Okwan Okwa and Chere, no, about that. No, when it comes to the mystic act stuff, it's not teaching, it is a practical. But Ghana, no, people just listen and listen and they don't know they know how to do it themselves. The whole point is for you to be able to do it and have higher state and know yourself. So if you are listening to a bunch of information that Israel for you say and Anonaki for say and a demo way and a home say and an anonymous say boss okay after that what else? Is it going to be just information in our head? What does it bring? And you didn't what does it which effect does it have in our life? Again, you need to approach it like time is money. So we are there now. You should calculate. So okay, boss, we na business mission. Okay, now the plans are two coin. Okay, me fire 1, 2, 3. Okay, if so we are so we are so many home casa. Okay, fine. Then why don't I get the tricks and tips to get there so that I can get to the level that is it. It is not about always going and listening and then doesn't know anything or experience anything. You just have to learn it, practice it yourself, and experience it yourself. That is the game. Okay. Anything I'm I think that has is the idea of spirituality. Yeah, yeah, there's mystic acts about it. So I think that word will be fine because in a mystic act, you know it is a practical stuff you're doing. Into hand, you may not be hearing stories or histories because the term there is a evolution. Nyama bebree a beba mu ama nneɛma akɔ n'anim. So tete nneɛma no you might think say maybe a history be any books na tete for tete na that old stories no dey boy abesi ne no. And a black for na mu ye say na mu ye one wine and so the eternity nothing really happens. You know na you so no na ye wine. These are bro. You everyone is the same. We are all part of the whole. Okay. So we need to elevate ourselves from that and join the mystic act. You learn about the self. You get in practical issue, and it is about sorry practical um practicals techniques that will gonna elevate you, get your consciousness at the top of the game, and interact with these higher beings, explore your past life, get into other dimension, talk with Gaia, other beings to help you guide your life. Send ya obinya bibi. I think Obi Bahaso about being Meki or by yeah, what do you call it? Testimony about techniques be ultimately manifesting on one reality. I also ultimately near you may be interview be call. This is what we call you be done. You know you are learning something that is benefit your life, right? You don't do have to learn something where it's not gonna hear the results. Maybe some people kind of it sounds good to the head. Oh, okay, okay, this thing is very nice. Oh, doesn't, you should have a plan. So okay, this is what you want to have, incorporate, bring into your life. So you have a plan how to go about it, how to achieve it, and then it start to help you in your life really, and to benefit you and to elevate, empower, and make you get into higher state of consciousness. Okay, so these are all part of the whole game. You see, so now we do practice, get it done. Yeah, man, you can learn how to manifest your reality, bend reality to your role, or go interview at workplace, your situation in your life, how to change that situation to your favor, and all this sort of small stuff where you could know and experience it yourself that you are doing something to help yourself, not just to waste your time. And that is a very good, I want to point there very honor very much, because I see much the time people on social media, they think they are doing spiritual stuff, but they are wasting their time. People, I think that most of us in the world who are dealing with phobia over 3 5 years in so all this while you wasted the time. It's all fine because you didn't have the awareness to differentiate the ones, or to guide your own path. So this is what you're supposed to do, and this is not. It's all fine, right? But so getting into the place where you think all these things are, where you can, then you take the opportunity and you do it. Near moving on to the next thing. You see, then life become more fun because these things are not really hard to do. It has to do with your understanding and then opening of yourself to accept who you are, and then start to do learn about your consciousness stuff, nature of our reality, and how it works. You see, and connect to all the spiritual stuff. So it's very nice. And me, I feel, and that is why sometimes I find it quite interesting, because every magic act, every spiritual act, every spiritual path, every even religion, okay, the backbone of them is inner travel. That is the asset. Friends, he is overborn with the word now. All of
Just
them, no,
talking.
The fundamental.
that is it. A whole name in every bar. So the first steps, or the first thing when you want to come into quote unquote that among idea of the spirituality stuff now, that is what you should learn first. Be unya the grapes of arena, everything opens up. We start to be like it's more like any baby animal. Yeah, all the fundamentals of the whole stuff. But I want for jumping on to learn a bunch of stuff which is not needed. And second, remember, we no mum actually. But women also who send another back guard you awareness to see the truth from the lies, to find your own informations, to visit other dimension, realities. And another back guard you more onto things you need to say in the future, things you need to explain to people, how you're gonna teach people, or how you're gonna help people, right? So every sect beyond path beyond, that is the base, that is where being an freeba a prong from her. Obinya some vision be friends a revelation your vision be na you ever find ko hin or the true book now be and I'm so right. Obinya something beyond the physical be. This is where it all start from. So when you learn it, then your awareness and you're very much open to navigate your own life. You see. So I think this just go for the beginners. Or more madin kaba for you to start to understand what you're doing and ask questions to understand. Maybe align the question of understanding your nature of reality or the nature of the matrix and the simulation rather than interacting with things within the matrix, which is part of the matrix itself. So, for example, I just will be beside the question about Anunnaki. Okay, fine. The Anunnaki, okay, fine. But at the top of the game, these Anunnaki people, whatever they are, whatever, is part of the simulation. So either if you learn about the history or whatever, or black history or whatever, you're still stuck in the matrix anyway. Because you are still dealing with things within the matrix, things part of the matrix, things part of the simulation, which is a Nyoma is there to limit you. You see? Because won't free. I could say same kind of man. Okay, anyway, I hope someone for say. Right? Because the simulation you won't. And then you may be a air course or Habiano is part of the simulation. Either the aliens, Anunnaki, Arcturian, Black 4, Tuntun, Melanin, One Ninano is a way to limit the consciousness. It's part of the simulation. The only thing that is not part of the simulation is your consciousness. So that, yes, it is. Okay. That is the word, right? So when it come about people, they talk about black people and we are this and yes, so I'm like, what? But even you being black is part of the simulation. You are not black person. You are never that. You pick it in the simulation. So that is a mixed identity of who you are, right? But they preach this, making us believe in all this, not making us realize we are consciousness. So when you know we are consciousness, then we live above all on side is a ball in the ocean. And I grew in the womb and and I'm so free. I grew when you brain I would know what grown what for the serious and I will say a one which it is not you. So when you learn this, you learn to get out of the ball, which is the simulation. And within the simulation, we have religion, Jesus stuff, Satan, demons, angels, Anunnaki, Nanano, ancestors, crystals, DMBM, time, space. It is if I become an angel, I don't know, black, yeah, Egypt for, I don't know, melanin,
Entertainment.
idea, yeah,
Astrology,
feminine,
numerology,
yeah,
alchemy, zodiac signs,
yeah,
and
feminine
all
energy.
concepts.
That concept of feminine energy and masculine energy, this concept Nina, is part of the game. It's part of the simulation. It's part of the matrix to make you stuck in. Although, so answer will be when people are talking about this stuff, who you beginner, spiritual, singer, right? Because of you don't know, and they themselves, I don't know, but they are teaching it. So you think it is something you need to get yourself in. But at the level of the game, top of the game, it is part of, so you never actually learn anything. You are just learning something that will make you more stuck in the matrix, right? And I think the time you young go I think one lady, meaning your friend America, we start to learn this stuff, and you come, hey, in Africa, and you're better in Africa, and I'm like, what? This Africa ideas is part of the game. You are never African at this. Now, answer, we are getting you to understand something. Oh, because okay, now maybe before now we are trying to get you into the deepest aspect of the game. That this all are part of the simulation, the matrix. It was never you, you were never it. It is part of the way to make you lose your identity, right? That you are actually conscious, you are soul, something outside of the whole thing, something that all of this thing were being brought out from. That you should embrace and put your awareness on that level, on that higher state of consciousness, and then on the amount much because it is identity. I see wo yera oh see come baby wo
Yeah,
akoya
yes.
esi ye wa yera
What you
kasa
mean,
say
guy?
mhm
Say, Uyira, Ukrum, Hinabaya, Urufu, Ukrum, Hinabaya, Uyira, Ubajasi.
that is it, right? So yeah, tricks, the whole thing happen is that we cannot identify, we've not been able to realize who we are. And if we know we say yes, who we are, and we've not been able to see a far your hint as gods or prince and princesses of this universe, or whatever you want to call it, or the source of everything. And you are limiting your home, and we are black, and we are this, and Israel for, and a Bible, no, and all this sort of ideas, religion, angels, Anunnaki, crystals, and all these sort of ideas, which in itself was part of the building block of the simulation at more stuck in India. You see, so the first lesson for beginner for no is to learn who you are as a consciousness and what it actually is and where you actually come from. So in that very time, not here, it's not but yet that debate in a feminine for an energy, feminine energy and masculine energy and feminine, you're powerful, masculine and masculine, you're powerful, not more conto, not spiritual for no so black American one, they are no more kind of feminine and a masculine and where you are not that. This is just something as a way fan. No one is feminine or masculine. No one is that. These are all part of the simulation. Your consciousness beyond all this. So identifying ourselves with all these ideas, make us more stuck in a way, but it might look spiritual. Until I don't like, I don't like the word spirituality because in and itself is part of the system anyway. Okay. Because everything is spirit, everything is energy, vibration, and frequency. So most times now we may start to teach you some of this stuff. Send a bit more awareness of who you are. Not a bit vibrate you enough. Okay, on a higher level, a bit put you vibrational frequency. You can vibrational frequency. Unimdia or perception about the universe, about who you are, about things around you, start to change. It start to vibrate. I say when ya nimdia sununkubi, and I done nimdia sununkuno, unya san nimdia na reflect being na. It changes your auric field. It changes it also vibration. So it works within yourself. And sometimes they have now understand things at a deeper level. They now see the world differently. They now understand themselves better of who they really are. And I think that some of you will say, oh, I think the example was Mama who was talking about you can't say know thyself, the self, and then 2 years experiences, you now come to understand it. Stand this very thing that everyone is privileged to become aware of. Okay, and then you can see from her speech, she's talking from a deeper level, and you are beautiful. This is it because she's now getting to the level of the game to understand who she is and what this is all about. This simulation, nature of our reality, and the existence and the multiverse itself, what it is all about. You see, because if you don't understand it, then there's going to be a whole lot of issue, a lot of problem. Then Sika, do you want to add something?
Little bit. So the time was on there.
No. Add. We are here for you, bro.
Okay. Abusuafo echiachia obia me ba jo samote menka. Echia obi bia me sa ejina teacher for any mpanimfoɔ a wɔwɔ platform yi so nyinaa nan mu ɛda mu nyinaa ase wɔ bronya berɛ yi mu. Yɛyɛ ne sɛ mommoa me ntimi ni mpanimfoɔ bronya kakra. Mo a ɔbɔ adeɛ de bɛhyɛ mo bɔtɔ mu a motumi yi bi ma yɛn no. Ɛka sɛ baabi a moyi firi yɛ biara no ɔmmie kwan no ɔmmie apono na montumi nhyɛ hɔ ma. Nso a moanya bi no biribiara ntwa mu. Momo number no da so da hɔ wobɛtumi asupporto platform yi any day, anytime you want, because we are here, we are going to teach you until you get to the highest or until you get to the higher self. So anytime we are person support and with my support because we use data and so many things, gadget to communicate with you, some in America, some in Ghana, some in Italy, Europe, Australia, all sorts of places. So and there will be a first intermediate for second intermediate for beginners. Media this ready to money no one to man one go from one with me be there will be nti kakra mede ka deɛ yita ɛka no sɛ yita ka bebree na especially mo a maba koraa foforɔ no a yɛnya ne mu kasaeɛ no yɛ sɛdeɛ na ɔka no sɛ yɛntena wiase yi mu but menyɛ part of wiase no na ɔkyerɛ sɛ yɛmfiri wiase yi mu. We are not from this world but of the higher. Nti ne nneɛma no wɔkeka no nyinaa no is part of the assimilation, is part of the matrix. Nti woma saa nneɛma no di w'anim kane a wobɛcreate a lot of information a ɛbɛyɛ bunch wɔ w'akoma mu ne w'adwene mu but ɛnyɛ biribiara ma wo mfa wo nkɔ baabiara. So the highest form of knowledge on this planet is to know thyself, knowing that you are the soul. The word that exists in the beginning is what you are. The word became flesh. Is the soul entered into creation? Is you. And without the soul, nothing was created that was able to create it. So knowing that everything on this planet, everything on this universe is the same as the soul, and you are connected with all these kind of things. So we are one with the whole universe. Said the name of American. We are the light of this world. Why light? Because the Father or the energy which we came from is the light that make us light. So we are not the body, we are not the flesh. It counts nothing but the soul inside. That is where nipa wu na oda ho kama mfanama bia nim bibia nim edi ntia bibia sole afiri mu. Daade na sole afiri mu no eno na yeye. But omo akanya kose corner ama ye dream say ye the body no. So we function as the body. Nti ye nim the knowledge of the soul. This is the knowledge a Onyankopɔn aboa a ɔnam yɛn brother Yita so na ɔde abrɛ yɛn. It is the ancient of knowledge a ayera more than millions of years. Ayera, but nyame adom me no mmienu atumi afa no. So wahanam no sɛdeɛ ɔka no, we are not joking. Yɛndi agorɔ, yɛmma taame ewu, yɛmma akekaduro, achampɔn, biribiara ni ha. Ɛyɛ practice, exercise. Obema practice, exercise, koye, one koya. You can't cheat the system. Because we are dealing with the intelligence. So the intelligence know you more than you know yourself. We are dealing with the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. They know you more than you know yourself. So the beginners in Amaban is practice, practice, practice. And you'll be to me this idea with a chino. Obeba bedi adanse. You are here. Maybe only nipa ne ba the same day. But or not a day obeying 3 times. Maybe a 2 hours. 6 hours a day. Obekwa jaw. Obeba bedi adanse na woko uti hono mana ye wose udia unye nipa na. Unye nipa. But umfa wadi ni serious. I mean kasem ba kunjire wa ha. Wase seek ye the kingdom of God first. Eka kingdom of God a eka soul ho asem. Soul no ne friend kingdom of God. God no oye soul. So eka kingdom a oka soul so nyina. Ose hwehwe no eno ewehne ati wu. Wo hwehwe no kane a afi na de ope bia ho sabeka. De to so mienu. Ose I think say me refie no. Ose me refie no. Eno ne ade etwa to. Eno ne ade a woya eno nso ne twa to. But me refi say de esitie no. Nti no ha
we have in quotation.
ne de ate afa so. Nti no first no you basically the kingdom no basically the soul no. And the second no say ya nye saa de no a enya de a I say everything you get no mo hwehwe osoro na hini kane na de obenya bia no nti no sɛ wantumi anyɛ saa deɛ na bibia ni hɔ no mu a woyɛ ade mfa so bɛbrɛ. I think I forgot how it is now. Nti no, ɛno na ɛwɔ sɛ yɛyɛ. Here we give knowledge. The knowledge of the self, the knowledge of the soul is what Ita is teaching. Kwan a wobɛfa so ohu sɛ ɔkra na ɛte wo mu. Kwan a yɛfa so nyane no, yɛne ne kasa, yɛtumi ne ne ntarate. Kwan a yɛfa so bie no, ma wotumi pie kɔyɛ adeɛ na wɔba bɛtena nipadua no mu. Ɛno na wɔkyerɛ. Nti sɛ exercise na ɔde ma wo na woanyɛ a, me nua, wonya hwee. But ɔde ma wo na woyɛ a, nneɛma nyinaa ɛbɛkɔ yie de ama wo. Nti no, wobɛte yɛn nka, yɛbɛkasa, yɛbɛyɛ biribiara. This is the ayi kakra a mede bɛma mo. Meda mo ase.
Okay. Other teachers, Francisca, do you want to say something? I don't
Okay. No, quick question.
Question?
Yeah, question for a teacher for no. This is coming from one of the members.
Okay.
Besides, say the opinion of me a breathing exercise now.
Why not?
Ewe deɛ ama
Ɔbɛyɛ
wɔabɛ ansa ama yi.
David, me answer. Me tell mama.
I don't have one somewhere now.
Monka kyerɛ sɛ ɔbɛyɛ koraa ma no aboro so. Breathing exercise ne deɛ, ɔda bed so koraa na ɔwɔ a wobɛtumi ayɛ. Ɛno sɛ nipa wo nam sɛ wohumi dada.
Yes, you can make a so on your there, you might hold on for a little bit for the my practice of visualization, but the techniques for the projection, I think that you be more
Okay.
The reason why I threw it here, no, because I wanted that aspect as well. Because with the medical, yes, ubetumi aye, but untumi nyane as hard or more than not too much, because they say no home for nipa mienu. When you cease breathing, baby will not get no air.
Okay.
Until who hold your breath now, even as much as you're holding it for a few seconds, it's very vital for the baby development of the brain. And the brain is the first thing that develops. So you don't want to do it too much, especially in your first trimester, the first 3 months. You don't want to try that.
Yeah, I think it's a blessing. Oh, shucks, you're not so but your manager, I'm all we crabby fans and all barber practices. So you can stop with the breathing as after come and just you get my concentration in maybe visualization.
Yeah.
If anybody has that question in the back of their mind now, it will also help the whole team. And into the moment the bar.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. That's very nice. You get the point because of the breathing through the baby.
Yes.
So when you that's how I would get breathing and access stillness. Would you that would we say befa?
Yeah.
A befa is the whole team only say awareness, like mind, outside everything within you. You begin to focus on the breath. You take over the breath. As how many now neighbor a honoma no year be see opinion ground so base over breathing. So necessary say when said or can ma practice stillness ama biribiara yie ɛtɔ da sɛ a menyɛ breathing exercise yɛ meda hɔ din na metumi go within mama adwene no anantenante abɔnten na adwene no yɛ steady kakra bi a woboa sisi a na wokɔ nti no it's good. Okay.
So teachers for I don't know. News Francisca Pagani, sir. Nana Domako, yeah, Abigail. Okay, Kasa. Another one.
There's another now. Anyways, for Mamuna I'm saying that you teacher for natural dear now the medical can say, yeah, when you practice, I was a practice, yeah, my practice. before the ever come, yet Niyama be, Ebiana, maybe expectation was too much. Minam expected and then the questions never buggy because 2 weeks here breaking a bar. I said that I'm by then twice on the inquiry. And then Etina Sunday, call TikTok live. I got live, your friend is a projection like Thursday in year. And the Mr. pay attention to the platform. You say they have to so now I can't who be an hour back. You better channeling, you better your name be brave. See, you better post to her. Since the last time you post to her, but most of you didn't know. See, me, yeah, announcement next Sunday, you better. Now, Muse, yeah, changing in answer. Nyata amount, because then they the most important thing to do. They all play, they all call, they all bad, they all remember, say you are just an observer as a consciousness of what is happening. Bibi now projecting out. See, ejina say you see no. And in your UGD. Now me can be a metro to the teacher at a kind, yes, and I'm the one saying quite by a baby said, yeah, because of subconscious programming, and I'm the one ever saying quite. Because you tear, and now why you're confused. You could doubt all exercise, no problem, who dear yet, because look at tear, as soon as he could tear and another Macona could tear, teacher it and I could tear, sick and I could tear, why you're confused. Look deep inside of you. There a resonating with you, and now the why would you say a year we stick with it and keep pushing. Manuato, Medamu Namasi, you wish you be watching.
Okay.
Ita,
Okay.
mami corrective we na make no. Ɔse unye wiase japadeɛ nyinaa na ɔhwere wɔ kra na. So nti deɛ nneɛma mmienu deɛ edi kan ne sɛ wobɛhwehwɛ ɔkra no. That seek ye the kingdom of God. Deɛ edi kan no. Na deɛ etwa toɔ no so sɛ unye wiase mu nneɛma nyinaa na wɔntumi anhu ɔkra na. You have gained nothing. So ɔkra no ho adwuma no is a seriousness and no ne that is the soul na was a ɔhwɛ. Deɛ aka nyinaa no yɛ illusion. Deɛ aka nyinaa no will fade away. Everything will decay. Nti na wɔse ɔsoro ne asase betwam. Ɛtena asɛm no ne deɛ that is the word in the beginning. Asɛm no ne yɛ soul. The soul is everlasting. The soul is the God. The soul is the consciousness. The soul is the source. The soul is the everything. The one to me soul no. When na we are saying sa butwa ho sa but ultimately who soul na. Yes, that is where you have entered into eternity. Thank you. Jack, nipa ho fa no kora unti na ne mai mu na.
Yeah, my whole
The door be clear. Okay.
Okay, Pato, who else? Nah.
Okay. Kakra mbɛsɛ meka ne sɛ afoforɔfoɔ no a ɔmo abɛm no ɛne ɔmo a yɛba bɛ movie ɔmo akɔ intermediate no mɛma ɔmo nwerɛ fi ɔmo practices ɛsɛ ɔmo kɔ so yɛ akɔsi sɛ ɛbɛyɛ te sɛ second nature ma ɔmo sɛnea nhome a ɔndwen ho no na ɔnam na ɔhome no saa wotumi yɛ ɔmo practices saa kɔsi mmere bi a yɛ second nature ma wo a ɛma wote wo ho ase yie ɛte w'abrabɔ ase yie ehu nneɛma ahorow bebree a wotumi yɛ nti mɔmɔ ɔmo nwerɛ mfi ɔmo practices na ɛho hia ɛyɛ for ɔmo ho ɛnyɛ for obiara sɛ ɔmo a bɛhu ɔmo ho yie kakra na mpɛ sɛ mede ka ho no.
Okay, really summary. What the madam summary?
Sister, give their manners also.
Rosita,
Yeah, Francisca.
okay, me so me pesa me kaka cry so. Ye ma mu nyina akwa aba. Especially ye new ones na omaba no. I'm so happy say me hu se nkrofo bebre na adwene da ho na omu hu say it's time for them to know themselves, They try to seek for information and many agent because now we are all searching. And I think that this platform is one of the best platforms that you can get a lot of knowledge about your soul. They say the Sikakai, it's about your soul. When you know that the soul is
is a spark of the source that gives you a higher power. Motivate you, man, say you can do all things. It's more amaba na yema kwaba. The mesre every mo say. Unya time na ofia. Call YouTube page in this. Try to listen to all the videos there because there are some questions that some of you are having. Most but some of these questions, no YouTube on abon say, a big cry, yeah, it will be a bisame answer. It's in a bed mouth and from there, which means you don't have to come here and even ask. Unless it be our further open further explanation, and then you do. It's a YouTube channel on Monkoho, na Monko video one after the other, one after the other. And in any case, even if you watch it, not say, oh, question be cry. You shouldn't wait so before you even ask your question. You can put it on the platform, and the teachers are all there. They can give you a beautiful answers. Until you don't have to wait till Wednesday or Thursday before you can answer your question. Anytime you ask, you'll be given an answer. Until yes, now be fine. Baba hey, you are going to get a lot of. One thing you should know is that when you are in this path, at every given point, piano, you get ready and you meet the teacher who will be able to teach you at that given point. So right now you are here. It means you are ready and you are now meeting the teachers who are going to take you to the next level. It's class, don't miss class. Oh, miss a class, oh, miss practices. Then yet say the sorry, them not past any preaching now into me answer questions. Into me answer questions. So please, let's come every time we are your class time piano. Make sure say ubet me are joining. Not a face so practice be a debate who piano. Fan word cap. Na zero because the more you do it, the more you get the skill. Ujai per skill no beko. I'm telling you, some of us the boy and we jai kakra still no beko. And to try to get the skill, and it should be teacher can also persistency. It should be persistence. That mean the whole 1 week in I practice basic 2. The whole week in I practice by 1. Do a crowd you be cry. Then my dear wow. You know, that is a little I would say. Thank you very much.
Okay. I don't know, Institute Ubabana so Obama Pijom and maybe some questions also.
I think that time will continue a question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 50. Because you are Obama pajamas and Tony Mano na informal. But to give to her, I dear Brubu of Fomo, maybe I'll only me and now busa question.
Okay. Pastor, good evening, or official pastor.
Yeah,
Good evening. Pastor, me new. I'm person bisa. Yesterday, acquaintance. Bibi wo ha as beginners. And say yeah, it did mu day-to-day stuff. Bibi wo ha say who say we yeah, maybe way, many way. Is that something like that, Pastor?
No. Yeah, yes, I don't know. Okay. What's a menka?
Okay. But
Yeah, but that's a menka.
Pastor, me too, okay.
Yeah. I had the episode in Ubedi. You don't have to restrict yourself about food or you know, because this is not a personality. Once a man for view the spiritual idea no as a personality, I feel now Bible first with my fufu be no. Me sort of them fufu, me fufu pa, but this them fufu me reminam. You know, you just do what do you. You don't have to change anything about you. Give them back what I say.
That's your matter.
Okay, that is very nice. And I won't go to be now. I won't go full moon. Any all the sort of ideas. You are free to do whatever you want to do. But that's all the practices. Practices in a baby your inner world. That is the most important. Okay. So that you are welcome. Over the baby can one answer we moving forward.
Yeah, for next person.
Okay.
Emmanuel.
Yeah, but YouTube suggestion on the bar. And it's videos no. ebi wɔ ha na ɛyɛ tititi ebi 2 hours ebi koraa 3 hours 3 hours na ba nti my idea ne sɛ ebi a sɛ ɔbɛtumi ayɛ ɔbɛtumi de din ato so na ɔde one part 1 part 2 a mfi sɛ nkebi a ɛbɛboa sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a onkoluku boring when you are listening to it and have you
Okay.
to look with the hand nti ɛyɛ suggestion na me ma sɛ if it's possible
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me
it's all
then
fine. It's all
yeah
fine. Yeah, you better take into consideration, and then you're very different programs, and so you
okay
know we might do live projections, or we may talk about the alien stuff, you know, or just something to keep some make us, you know, or you're breaking new programs, I bet you know other videos, and then yeah, you better take yours into consideration. Thanks very
okay
much. Okay.
that's it. And then second say hello may me
Mm-hmm.
the practices no
Mm-hmm.
especially friends concentration na my only two baako yɛ me bedroom na baako yɛ me living room and it
Mm-hmm.
says sometimes maybe I'm sorry say me need to some be am practice a me pesa me bedroom na me wife for me think pesa I'm sorry na me nti
Yeah.
what I do is say bia mo say condition no say bedroom na maye na maye say condition che say me or living room na maye na pese me hu say na maye na e okay ana
Oh,
say
yeah.
specific okay
Okay. And a concentration, we might alter it a little bit in the future. I don't know about but I don't know a little bit sensitive because you might see other beings around or see other sana kakra based on the way no moko intermediate and American. You another practice which is the same thing where group every person say entities you can see it with your physical eyes. But it's the same thing as we know. But motion beginners for motion in there, it's fine to you just use the blue circle when as time goes on, then they be altern. Until send out perfect. I think so. If for no BNS, I'll be die on the ceiling or be yeah when to be better than piano or access to the practices. That is very nice. Yeah, so keep it up.
okay that's you
Okay.
okay
Think so we are done. I call us Benjamin. Okay. Young for Benjamin, not Impong. Benjamin. I tried to believe of answer bosso. Benjamin. Okay. I think it's the network.
Hello.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hello.
Na me mama good evening o.
Yeah, evening.
Na me so kakra me pese me kan se e wo mo se wa kan se aduane bia nipa betumi adi mo no ntre se wo mo num akọ no nso be kwa akọ num akọ no mo de aye we
Ah,
no nti e ho no tre wo mo yie kakra.
okay.
So back to
Okay.
that, there is limitations. It's in a
Yeah, the
honor,
entire I
you
can
have to
say,
do that.
yeah, yeah, you bet chichira man for me. But again, I don't think alcohol and drugs, ni weed, ni all this sort of stuff, no here. And I would dear Johnny be you bet your doctor. Say Johnny be would ask your doctor for say born nipediana. And if I say I can't wait maybe be BNT. Okay, what I mean is you should not change anything I yet instead of say or taking new personality in the name of Adena Yeyen. Okay. I think that for a health there also putting it, I don't think it also could do poison and I did be how. See, I take what I think no, Benjamin, that's a very good point. But you're going to be for no myself for your practice because of say, please, young cancer. But senior, I'm not for cancer, open spirituality, also would the way, also would you say, also would the buying away, that is not that it doesn't any have any effects. But for health there, when him so doctor say in the way boy you're training way, that one there, you all know what you're supposed to do. When you're more health, will be live healthy. So that has nothing to do with the consciousness stuff. It has only had to do with say a baby more healthy, will be live healthy. Okay, so eat healthier. Let me say that. That is very nice. Benjamin, I hope that you are clear.
Ni me da mo ase.
Okay, that's it.
Bye bye.
Okay, bro. I'm an person who can be Biana.
But you know, I can.
Okay. So eat
Yeah.
healthier. That is very nice. Oh, survive dot at ne Kwame. Abdul. Kwabena Destiny. But I mean, so that is Abdul there. But I think the time is up. So I don't know. Is it during the day? So I'll be my time or they are fine. So mom.
Okay, I got 5 minutes now, but 7:30. Yeah, in fact, Kobna Destiny, they know advanced, man, for no.
Okay,
Yeah, in
so
fact,
80.
yeah, in fact, so 80. Kobna, we be a question for next class, right?
Maybe I your question, maybe I know the big count, who knows, but it's all good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in fact, 80 first. Yeah, we are near for Kobna.
Michelle, I'm paying for.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
bro.
just so.
Okay. All right. Me join them watch a cry, but me be some questions because I want to really understand what is going on before I start asking questions. And for a very long time, I think I've gotten so much knowledge, and based on reading and practices, me matenya be say. But a week before Christmas was due, may imagine say me per se may hear a lot of the practices no na me
Mm-hmm.
hu enyama bebree because enyama bebree ha me a I want to understand, especially for my future.
Okay.
But during this festive season no de bia may yes say me per se may practice bia na say me project bia no na me wo enigye environment mu, and it's so exciting say it's sometimes very difficult for me to leave. Me to me stay out till maybe I have a big dog. So why did they say adiachi and sana I come back to myself. But
Mm.
last week we I'm a twin. I have a twin brother who is traveling to the UK in 2 or 3 days time. I was with him or NEJ places here be and gidigidibi ba honom, and he was the cause of it. So in the attempt of escaping from the place, he sat in his vehicle and he was driving away on top speed. And instead of taking a bend to his left, he rather went straight ahead and ran into a wall. And I said, and before I could get there, no, he was gone. I know, say, most of the times, no, when we ask questions about dreams, the answers we get no, is like, oh, continue with the practices and ask how or why some things happen. But I
Mm-hmm.
want to understand if you have any answers to me, and if there is anything I need to do to prevent whatever happened now, I'll be very
Okay.
grateful because I don't want anything of the sort happening.
Yeah, that is very nice. There's so much to do with dream. Okay. Now, on some we begin an internet as say, mamu, but we are what we call the Biamika by instead and we call the dream re-entry, where you go into the dream, you consciously project into the dream. It will be like a bar location. You're gonna be still aware of your physical environment. Sometimes you're not gonna have it. It's more like you project into the dream, or you shift your attention consciousness into the dream space or the dream dimension or the scenery of the dream, and then you start to ask questions. The dream will become alive. All the beings in the dream will become more active, and then because it's a realm that you are shifting your consciousness into, and from that, you start to ask questions. You ask question. You ask those beings in the dream about what is really happening, so that they will get you understanding of what is happening, right? So, and that one is very straightforward approach. I mean, that is the most very beautiful stuff that because our dreams are dimensions we are visiting. It is actually realms or places. Okay,
Mm,
and we can learn to
mm,
step into that realm and ask questions about what is happening or what is going on, which most of the time
mm,
has to do with our life or has to do with someone life, or something along the line. But we haven't teach it, right?
mm,
And because of that, there are a little bit of technicalities in it, because the way you shift into the dimension for the dream characters to become alive, so that you can communicate with them as if you are communicating with your fellow human beings. That is not your imagination. That's a different that technicalities that I was saying, that we need to do a certain sort of practices to get our imagination or to get ourselves able to shift into other dimension. And that will be another practices we are going to do that is going to help everyone to project. You are not really projecting. You better check the idea of the projection about how it really works. You are just shifting your awareness to other dimension. You don't really, because you're everywhere. You just become aware of that place. You don't, the idea of going out of your body and seeing your conscious, that is a limited form of projection. But anyway, the better will for you to understand it. But your question about if you want to ask about if you want to know or how you're going to prevent such things happening.
Yes.
Okay. Basically, sometimes sometimes or most of the time, you know a little bit of you in your back, in your consciousness, you know somehow how the dream means to you, for you personally. Okay, accident there, whatever the meaning is to you. Maybe accident, maybe you might take it, okay, or travel, it have something to do with it. If that is what it means, it's fine. So what are you gonna do to make it not happen? We have 3 rules you're gonna follow. You identify the situation, you find the solution to the situation, or you change the situation around, and then you seal it. Okay, or you just finish it up, if I would say it that way. So in this case, per the meaning now, and then okay. However, I hope you are listening. Per the meaning about how you contemplate about the dream, how it might mean for you that, or if you don't even want the accident start to happen in real life, or for you and your twin brother again, or anything of the sort. You identify all that situations. Just visualize them. Okay, what is going to happen, accident and all. Just visualize the situation, and then after visualizing it, you change it around. You change it to what you want it to be. In this case, you don't want the accident to happen. You want everyone to drive smoothly. You want everyone to get into a destination. You don't want anything to happen to them anymore.
Okay.
And then you find the solution of it. And then the third one is that when you finish changing everything, and then you are done. But make sure when you are doing it, you do a breathing exercise to get your brain waves settled down a little bit. Don't just bump up and there's a reason for that. The reason being is when your brain wave is lowered. Also, we have different brain waves. We have the alpha, beta, gamma, theta. Yeah, your brain wave is in between the alpha and the theta state. Your thoughts are very powerful. Okay, so this goes to those who want to do manifestation. Okay, you just have to do a little bit of exercises, do more and center yourself. Make sure you're very relaxed and every muscle of you is very, very relaxed. And sometimes you're gonna feel the lightness state, just basically relaxing. And that very moment, your thoughts are very powerful in that very brain waves. Okay, and so that is the very moment you identify the situation, you find the solution, and then you fix it.
The ceiling.
So, say
the ceiling. Look, I say ceiling.
Ceiling. Ceiling basically is that. So you find the situation, you find the solution, and then you change it around, which is the third one. Okay. So the third one is where you actually gonna do it actually to change this around. Okay. Or it can be just 2 steps. You find the solution, you find the situation, you find the solution, and then you change it.
Okay.
And one tips. Okay, you speak first.
Okay, so yes, my very question was about the ceiling, but I get it now. But I was thinking, do you think, say, it's advisable to tell him what I have experienced, so that at least anything he's planning on doing, Krana, he will be careful?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine for us to share dreams among ourselves. It's very nice. It helps us to correct our energies and have a so your trend there is very nice. Okay, so
Okay.
it's better so be culture no. And
Okay.
yeah, so culture is not a problem. No on be yeah, we no ka be buana man be self aware about such
Okay.
situation. And so I
Okay.
make one tips where it really helped very much. What I find out for a very long time ago is sometimes situations are we are not really aware of it.
Hmm.
I said it come unexpected, and it
Hmm.
has to do with timeline. So what I find out is that in every situation, like Okoka or even that in form of that accident stuff or any situation in life, if you can visualize or you can become aware of all possibilities of things that can happen or could happen, it helps you to shift into a better timeline.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. I get
Because
that.
yeah, it makes you become self-aware of yourself. Because sometimes I was, the time I was started driving stuff, right? Sometimes when I'm very aware if accident can happen, so I should drive this, I should be able to look at every direction. It helped me to tune myself in a certain awareness that it prevent this stuff. And most of the time, it will happen to me, I'm not aware. And it was unexpected. Sometimes it will be like some of the stuff is I won't know that say it might gonna happen. And I see.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
I find is that if you can bring that at the corner, possibilities that ever happen into your mental awareness, a boa mostly for you to shift into more positive timelines.
Hmm.
And that could be advice for everybody if you want to use it
Hmm.
too. It is about shifting timeline that
Hmm.
you become aware of all the possibilities.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
be more self-aware of yourself.
Hmm.
To prevent you from this situation rather than say you are not aware. To
Hmm.
be at first, I can do driving stuff. I can do tenant the real. But says sometimes I'm real feeling home because when I'm doing it, I'm aware. Was it I think it will be and now becomes how can this actually did happen to me? I
Exactly.
was not actually aware of it that it can actually happen.
Hmm.
But the moment I become aware of all these possibilities, okay, then
Hmm.
it wanna give me awareness of myself about what I'm doing, about this situation. Until a bomb I'm shifting into more positive timeline.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. If I may show me through, there's this other one I want to ask, and this one is a private thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I don't know if this is going to disturb any other person, but I'm sorry. I'm going through a little bit of separation with my wife, and
Sure.
she's threatening say or per se or dissolve our reunion.
Mm-hmm.
Now, her family is supposed to come meet my family to do the traditional dissolution of
Mm-hmm.
the Awaria no and Saniako court. But for almost a year and anytime they go like, oh yeah, but the next day, something happens and they are unable to come. The
Okay.
recent one was 7th we are inaugurated president. They were supposed to come meet my family, but the night before, I tried to project to like just understand what is going on. Mean
Mm-hmm.
to me, but me sorry, me a message from. I mean, they are very educated and learned in their family.
Okay.
Nti-
Bro, I think that my message. Let's describe it privately. I think that would be best.
Okay,
Yeah, this is a personal stuff. So I think maybe Moro, you can call me and then or chat me and then we can
okay,
talk about
okay.
this is more
All right,
personal.
Tita.
Yeah, that would be
Okay,
better.
Tita. All right,
Okay.
thank you very much. I'll
Okay,
link
bro.
up with you tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Sensitive. You are
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. Hey,
They say
Gloria.
yɛmfa Kwabena Destiny na ɔnka n'asɛm no ɛm sɛ ebi a na ɔwɔ asɛm papa bi ma obiara nti
Or then it's
Kwabena
out to who?
Destiny Abdul Nnabugre mpakyɛ wobɛtumi akasa
This is the only one I am for. Yamfa Gloria na Yampo. Well,
Okay. Okay.
last one, and then we are done.
Gloria, I'm part of it in Akasa.
Mpamucho, official puppy.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, hello. But I'm what you mean, ka?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tonka.
Tonka. Abdul,
Hello.
hang on, why
You,
not?
wait me mo be official pa. Na you see some person me kasa but na obi ye friendship we around into na how very noisy. Sorry for the late coming in. Me brother na I'll say accident na it has see obetimi abona mane no. Ya de sua mu me say nea ya yete no yɛn deɛ sɛ sɛ yɛsua deɛ nti na at least yɛtumi hu sɛ nea ɛbɛyɛ a wobɛtumi adane nafa meme edwene sɛ sɛ ɔka kyerɛ ne brother bi a obɛtumi atu ne so sɛ ɔnyɛ careful but ɔka kyerɛ na bi ɔno no nso ɔde hu akɔhyɛ ne mu na afɔ ɔbɛdwendwene ho mu na afɔ ɔbɛkreti ɔbɛma accident mu mɔmɔ aba mu nti sɛ nka ne brother no bɛtumi ahandle no wayi afi hɔ na waka kyerɛ no mu sɛ ɔnto ne bo ɔdrive ɔnyɛ careful like me feel sɛ yes ɛna mpɛ sɛ meka
Oh, okay.
because
Okay,
yɛde
that's
yɛnyɛ
good.
nimdeɛ kakra yɛde yɛnyɛ nimdeɛ kakra nti no obi wɔ hɔ onim nti no bɛhu no afei ɔbɛdwe ne ho na ɔdwe ne ho na afei mmom na ɔkreti
Okay.
ne tira na mepɛ
Okay. Yeah, that's very good advice. So,
thank you very much.
yeah, Survivor. Yeah, that is very good thing. So, Gloria, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Coming Destiny. Abdul.
Yeah, Mpamucho, good evening.
Fine evening, bro.
Yeah, initially, like I may come about the diet, but things are coming, but I concern the dreamer. Like what I found is that it's about himself and not his brother. He should focus, he should reanalyze it very well. And you're the brother, no?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so
I think that.
it should be it's centered to him. It's just like that was the only reflection that was available at the bachelor. Saying a reflection. Not doesn't mean saying a brother. Everything is about him. And it's not like it's an accident. It's like it's about him breaking through. It's about breaking through the wall. Then all the comfort zones also break through the comfort zone. It's not necessarily like normal accident now. So if you
Okay.
calm down and then re-enter the dream and then reanalyze it, it will be any way.
Okay. Thank you very much, Abdul. All right. I think that I don't know. Maybe kabisa the question area. Maybe any experience we had to share. So you move on to intermediate class. So thank you everybody for turning up today. Damunyinasi. Ochina, same time, 5 p.m. Ghana time. If you have any question, mpacho na wabibusa. And one thing I think that itakan by Mrs. Ubiem. At the end of ANTS, if you don't understand that, that's where your power lies. Understanding the thing na is and then about be why dream to know the power now or no. And see asking questions and a bit me be a new mom so I'm a what's the idea na see. Nti beginners for na maba foforɔ no deɛ nka me nko ara deɛ anka mumbubu itaa so teachers for no nyinaa mumbubu ɔma so with questions because the more questions you ask no na liberate anaasɛ deprogram wo from all the things that ɛhyehyɛ wo mu no because one of the main thing na ɛma yɛntumi nya deɛ ma no a yɛsua no is because of belief system anaasɛ programming bi ɛhyehyɛ yɛ mu. And the more questions na yɛbusa no, the more na answers na ɛba no na liberate those programs no from within you. Na abema nneɛma ayɛ easier for you. Nti questions ne deɛ mepɛsrɛ mo a mombusa no bebree because that's the only way a wobɛtumi ade program yourself. Nti ɔkyena yɛbɛsɛ ahyia biom 5 p.m. Ɛda mo nyinaa mo ase.
Okay.
Such a TikTok live, Anna.
No. Whatever life, your lessons. So
Then we go
TikTok,
to TikTok.
yeah, TikTok is about 9 o'clock. So
Oh, okay.
yeah. So Tina, you are gonna come again to do another. I'm more about from Pamcho more lessons no more no weekends. Saturdays and Sundays, 5 o'clock in the evening, which is Ghana time. Okay, I'm concerned with mine. To tonight is to learn again, and after the learning, no, now about 9, then we go to TikTok. Okay, so thanks everybody. Practice and ask questions, and then everything will be okay. So institute,
Okay. And yeah, bye bye everyone. Have a great evening, and we'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.